This is Roger Stone for American Sovereign Bullion. Since 2020, the U.S. dollar has lost over 20% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to rise. Call 844-272-2428 or go to asbgold.com now to get your free gold and silver guide and learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver delivered to your door or held in a gold IRA today. So go to asbgold.com now. Don't wait for the markets to drop. That's asbgold.com.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning and Easter Sunday. With us today is General Jack Keane. And General, happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter to you, John, and to our audience out there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, and we hope it's great for... It's a great family day for people to be with their families. Now, talking about Family Day, a lot of our soldiers are in the Mideast on aircraft carriers. What's going on? What do you think? What's the latest update?
Well, we're making significant progress against the Iranians, to be sure. We're stripping them of their ballistic missile program. Even those ones that are underneath the surface of the ground, we're penetrating with bombs to be able to do that. We're taking down the drones, which they have tens of thousands of. And it's become more challenging now because as we get closer to the end, the Iranians are trying to keep and preserve some of their capabilities. So they're trying to hide their mobile launchers. And, so they can move them around. And when we spot them from the air, that's when we attack. So we have drones up looking for them. And they do the same thing with their drones. Drones are obviously easier to hide than a big mobile launcher for a ballistic missile.
And they're cheaper.
And so we have to spend a lot of time trying to find these targets because they're trying to hold on to them as we get towards the end of our operation. And the same thing we've taken out just about all of their Navy in terms of their big ships, but their small patrol boats are a bit of a challenge because they can hide them, and we're spending a lot of time working on that too. Now, why is that important? Well, because in the Straits of Hormuz, if we start moving ships through there, they can use the patrol boats as a suicide bomber boat to bang into the side of a ship. That's number one. Or they can fire a drone or a missile from a patrol boat, or they can also lay mines with those boats. So that's the challenge, but we're meeting the challenge. Every time we spot a patrol boat, it's not easy to destroy it. The same thing with the ballistic missiles on launchers. Once we identify it, we can destroy it. So that's all taking place, and we knew this would happen, that we'd be a little bit more challenged towards the end of the operation as the Iranians try to save some of their equipment from destruction. So our audience understands it's not just the current capability that we've been systematically working on, John. It's taking down all the private and public firms that build the future capability. In other words, the factories, the manufacturing centers that are building the missiles, that build the drones, that build the launchers, all the capabilities that they have. In addition to that, we've been going into the civilian industrial base because we want to have an impact on Iran, even maintaining strong economic viability, which they obviously have some challenges from the beginning. But what am I talking about? We've been taking down their steel mills and other manufacturing capability that may not relate directly to defense, but nonetheless it weakens Iran as a nation. So this has been systematic, deliberate work. And think of this, we've just been a little over 30 days at this operation because the war is 24/7, and we measure it by the minute, by the hour, by the day, and it appears to be much longer than it is. I think we're going to wrap this operation up if we stay able to continue to execute at the speed we're executing in likely less than 60 days. And that is really quite a remarkable accomplishment, General, to do this much.
What?
To do it in less than 60 days, John, quite extraordinary.
No, I know that. That's unbelievable. What is the status of the Houthis, the Hezbollah, and the Hamas? Are they when Iran is down? Are they reasonably gone? Or what do you think?
Hamas has been decimated, but they still have a few thousand fighters that are in Gaza City. In the rest of the Gaza Strip, not so much. And likely, I don't believe they'll voluntarily disarm. At some point, the Israelis will have to go in there and clean them up and finish it. Hezbollah, what is happening? They did attack into northern Israel, and they did move Hezbollah down into southern Lebanon. So the Israelis are on the ground in southern Lebanon, and they've told all the civilians to move north of the Litani River, and they are just going to purge that entire area of the buildings, the residents, and just deny them the ability to use southern Lebanon as a platform from which to attack Israel. So there's ground forces there in southern Lebanon accomplishing that, as well as air power. And then when it comes to the Houthis, they have fired some missiles into Israel, but they have not disrupted the shipping near the Suez Canal, something we've had some concern about. So they are doing Iran's bidding, but they're doing the minimum amount that they can do. And I think one of the reasons for that thinking is they're not sure Iran's going to survive this.
Yeah.
And why should they risk everything that they have if Iran's not going to be able to continue to support them in the future, because the regime may indeed collapse. So that's why they haven't done as much as people thought they would do.
Well, thank you, General Keane, and let's have a happy Easter, and let's hope that the world is a better world to live in next year when we interview each other.
Yeah, look forward to it, John. It's always great talking to you and your audience. Again, happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
This is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.